they would want to hire a motivational speaker? For what type of events? For what type of events do you think somebody would want to pay or hire a motivational speaker?
When someone is depressed.
Yeah, but I'm talking about events. Events like weddings, graduations, meetings. Where do you think they would hire a motivational speaker?
Protest.
No, not exactly, because when there's a protest, nobody's paying attention to anybody. Now, usually, and the reason why motivational speaking is such a multi-billion-dollar industry is because these speakers, they get paid for 1 hour of talking. And there are speakers who get paid up to $100,000 just to speak for 1 hour. Yes, okay? And what they have to say is like, oh, they would hire them, for example, if I own a company and I want the people that work in my company to work harder or to give me better results or to produce more, I would hire a motivational speaker, pay him $100,000 or $50,000, whatever it is that that speaker charges. And then for that 1 hour, the speaker would tell people, you can do this, you got this, you're special, you're wonderful, and stuff like that. Okay? So that's what a motivational speaker does. Now, does it work? There's a lot of people who think it doesn't work. There are a lot of people who think that it works for a few minutes, but then afterwards, everybody leaves the meeting like, yes, I can do this. And then they go home and they're like, nah. Okay? So a lot of times people believe that you hire a motivational speaker and everybody gets pumped up and happy and yes, we got this. And then in a few hours, it just fizzles out or people forget. Okay? But still, motivational speaking is a multi-billion, not million, but billion-dollar industry. And people are still paying these motivational speakers a lot of money for them to speak. Okay, so if at any point when you're an adult, you decide you want to become a motivational speaker, there is a lot of money there. Well, of course, in Latin America, people are probably not going to pay you $100,000 to speak for 1 hour, but they'd probably pay you $1,000. It all depends on the company that hires you. Okay, so what are some of the things that a motivational speech has to contain? First of all, the motivational speaker cannot begin by saying, good morning, people. I am here to motivate you. No, because immediately everybody's going to go, please. So what do you think the speaker needs to say? What are some of the things that you think a motivational speaker needs to say? Give me an idea of what you think.
An idea of what I think about the motivational speakers.
So what is something that a motivational speaker would say? Think about all those little motivational slogans that you always hear. You can do it. You're wonderful. You're strong. Stuff like that.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. That's the kind of things that a motivational speaker would say. Another thing that they always use, and pay attention, folks, because you're going to be giving me motivational speeches. Another thing that they always do is use a story. What kind of story do you think a motivational speaker would use?
About ourselves.
Mm-hmm. What would be the purpose of the story? What would the story tell?
Anecdote.
Mm-hmm. About what?
Can be about training.
Okay. Would it be a story about a person who was very rich and then lost all their money and killed themselves? Would that be the story? No, because remember, you're trying to motivate people. So what kind of stories would they use? They would use stories that we usually call a hero's journey, a hero's journey.
For example, Muhammad Ali.
Okay. And it's usually going to be a story of somebody who had difficulties and then they decided, I can do it, and then boom, they had a wonderful life. Okay, a hero's journey. Or somebody who had a terrible accident and everybody said they were gonna die, and they woke up every morning and said, I'm not gonna die, and then they didn't die. Those are the kinds of stories that a motivational speaker would use. Why? Because these are the stories that inspire. Now tell me, what does it mean to inspire? What's the meaning of that word? Inspire, what's that? And don't tell me inspirar, I know this. What does it mean to inspire?
That you want like to follow that person, that you want to be like that person, you want to be wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about the rest of you? What do you understand by the word inspire? One more person, come on, tell me.
Give to that person a reason of why he or she should continue trying to do something and don't stop.
Okay, so I want each one of you to tell me one person that is your inspiration, one person that inspires you. Hello, Janice. Tell me. Each one of you tell me one person who inspires you. And please don't say my mom, because that's what everybody says. Oh, my mom or my grandma. No, think of somebody outside of your family that inspires you. And of course, you're going to have to tell me why this person inspires you. So don't just say the rock and then don't tell me why. Okay, who wants to be first? Tell me the name of a person who inspires you and why. Oh my goodness, nobody inspires you. You know, that explains it. Come on, there has to be somebody that has done something that you find that you can feel some inspiration from.
Muhammad
Trek.
Ali,
Okay, who said Muhammad Ali?
me teacher.
Okay, so tell me, Daniel, why does Muhammad Ali's life inspire you?
Because he was a poor guy, but he haven't given up and suffered his training. He was training for all his life, and he wants to become famous to help his people that was in America.
Okay, who's next? Somebody who inspires you. Where did Diego Lopez go? Go ahead, Daniela.
Michelle Obama,
Okay.
because she played as the first woman, and for me it's like a honor of being woman, and knowing that she was the first woman doing a lot of things, and it wasn't a man. It's like the power of the women, and that makes me like, that gives me reasons to live.
Okay, that's a good one, Daniela. Who else? Somebody that inspires you.
Women,
Which women?
all of them.
Okay, can you make that a little less general and tell me one woman who inspires you?
Probably my favorite singer is Lana Del Rey. Yeah, that's the women that inspires me if it's not my mom.
Okay, why does she inspire you?
The way she helps, the way she talks, like I really want to become her if it's not my mom.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, the rest of you, Tomas, Isabela, Sean, and Diego, person who inspires you.
Me, teacher.
Go ahead.
Masashi Kishimoto.
I don't know who that is, but why does that person inspire you?
Because he is a manga creator. And when he was in the university, he was poor and he can't continue the career. But his brother told him to never give up and never give up. So now he's the creator of Naruto and he's billionaire.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good story. Tomás, Sean, Isabela?
Me, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie D'Amelio.
Oh my goodness, again.
Because she
What?
with just one video, she gets 89.6 million of followers. And she dance very good. That's it.
You do understand that followers are not everything in life, right? Okay, just so we're clear. Okay, Thomas and Sean, the person who inspires you. Hello? It can be a YouTuber or a gamer, you know. That's okay. Sean? Really, guys? Nobody inspires you?
No one.
That's sad. Anyway, the people who inspire us usually are people who are doing something that we want to do when we grow up, or that have done something that we would have liked to do. Okay, so we see them as inspiration, as something to look forward to. And so a motivational speaker, sometimes they're also called inspirational speakers, and sometimes they're called transformational speakers, because what they do is to talk to you and take you through some experiences and share some stories with you in order for you to become a better person. Like I said, some people believe it doesn't work. Some people think that, oh, you're really inspired and pumped up for a few minutes or hours, but it really can't change your life. Other people say that it depends on the person. Some people do change and some don't. So everybody's different. Okay, so for the upcoming module 3, you're gonna have to write a very short 30-second motivational speech. So in order to prepare for that, we're gonna do two things. First, we're gonna watch a really short video of a little kid who is a motivational speaker. And when he's finished, we're gonna discuss what he's trying to motivate people to do. And secondly, you're gonna start thinking of a topic that you would like to motivate people with, or the change that you would like to help people to obtain, okay? So even as he speaks, start thinking about what would be your topic. It can be, you can try to motivate people to do better in school, or to go to college, or to not go to college, or to open a business, or to anything that you think is important. You can try to motivate people to do this. Now, the difference between a persuasive speech and a motivational speech is that the persuasive speech doesn't really have to motivate. It's just trying to convince you of something. Whereas the motivational speech is going to tell you how wonderful you are, and you have the power, and you can do this, in order to convince you of something that's for your own good. Okay? What was the topic?
The power of the books.
The power of reading.
Good. How did he start?
No sé qué cosa make a reader. The reader make a persuasive. And what persuasive do? A good society. Something like that he do.
Yes, that was it. Not no sé qué cosa, but yeah, the rest of it. And how did he end? How did he end his speech?
Go for it.
Okay. Now, what are some of the advantages that he mentioned of being a person who likes to read? What are some of the advantages? He mentioned a few of them. Tell me one.
No, he doesn't study for spelling.
that his vocabulary is like very equal of an adult. He can easily talk with an adult.
Good. Okay, so this was a short speech about the importance of reading books. And one of the things that he mentioned is that he compared reading books and how superior it is to WhatsApp, Snapchat, and he mentioned a long list of apps that people have on the phone. And one of the things that he said is that the average kid spends up to 6.5 hours looking at his screen. And those are, of course, that's true. That's a fact. Those are true. Those are accurate. If any one of you, have you ever measured the amount of time that you spend on your phone? More or less, how much time do you spend on your phone? More than 6 hours or less than 6 hours?
More.
12 hours.
Yeah. So that's
Less.
accurate. Okay, I'm not one of the adults that's going to tell you that technology is evil and we should all get rid of our phones and stuff like that. No, I think technology is really good and it has made life a lot easier. But what do we need to do? Balance. We need to find a balance. Okay.
They put me in control, teacher.
We need to have control. Exactly. Okay, so people, that was a motivational speech, which was also persuasive because what is he trying to get people to do?
To read.
To start reading books.
Good. So of those of you who are here, 7 of you, which one of you likes to read? 2. Only 2? Oh, and Tomas.
I like to read.
I like to read, teacher.
Only things I
I
like.
like to read fantasy books, teacher.
Okay. Good. What do you think are some advantages that you have felt or that you have experienced with your love for reading? Tell me one advantage that you have found because you like to read.
Well, I find new words that I haven't seen before.
That's good.
And
Pass the
I
time.
have more vocabulary.
You have a broader vocabulary. Good. What were you saying, Diego?
Pass the time, teacher. When I read, I pass the time. Very good.
Okay.
It's funny.
Spend time. Yeah, one more person. What is an advantage that you have noticed for yourself with reading?
Well, it depends because if we read about something like fantasy, we learn new words. If we read about history, we learn about the past and things that happened.
Okay. But yeah, that's true. But do you also feel that because you like to read, it helps you like to have more imagination or to think deeper thoughts? Yeah? No? You don't know?
Me know.
You don't know? It probably does. It probably does. So what type of books do you like to read?
Fiction.
Fantasy books.
Fantasy.
Fiction books.
Fiction.
Like Harry Potter.
And sometimes I read science, teacher.
Okay. Carvajal, what type of books do you like to read?
Manga.
Janice?
About women, equality.
Yeah, you're going to be a lawyer, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see you doing really, really well as a lawyer. Okay, Daniela, what kind of books do you like to read?
Well, I can read any type, like horror, fantasy, history. I'm good.
Okay. Okay, good. So my favorite type of books were always, when I was probably your age, always mystery stories. I love mystery stories. I like detective stories. I still do, like, crime shows. I like those. Okay, so time for you to come up with your topic for a motivational speech. Now, you are in middle school-ish, kind of. Yes, I think so. Yes, you people are between the ages of what? 12 and 15, right? More or less. Okay, so you're gonna tell me, you're gonna be speaking to a group of people your age, okay? Kids your age. What is something that you think kids need to be motivated about? For
Loving
it,
themselves.
what?
Loving themselves.
Having themselves. But I think at every age, people need to hear that. Okay, what other topic?
Watch anime.
You want to motivate people to watch anime? Yes, of course. What other topic?
Taking care of themselves.
Taking care of themselves, like in which aspect?
Teacher, have good, healthy, and never give up.
And never give up. Yes, Daniela, taking care of themselves in what aspect?
Like
Diet,
that.
don't eat too
Because-
much meat, that you can have, the meat have protein, but
Unhealthy food is bad. Thank you.
Isabella, talk to me. What are some of the topics that kids your age need to be motivated about?
Study.
Seriously. Okay, good. So, well, let's see. Sean, you're really quiet. Tell me a topic that you think that kids your age would need to be motivated about.
Don't be sad because other people make you bullying.
Because other people bully you. Okay, good. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you a few minutes to think. And what you're gonna do is think on a topic, an imaginary topic that you would like to give a motivational speech on. So for instance, let's pretend I'm gonna pay you $50,000 to give a motivational speech. What would be like the best topic that you could talk about? One, that's the first thing. And the second thing, remember that we are no longer doing this good morning teacher and classmates. Today I'm going to talk to you about what, we're not doing that. So you need to come up with one sentence or a phrase or a few sentences that you can use to start that speech. For instance, people my age probably need a motivational speech about continuing to take care of your health even if you're over 50. Okay, because people over 50 are just like, and they think it's just normal to be always sick. So that would be a motivational speech I would give. But how would I start that speech? I would tell them something like, wait, I didn't think this through. I would tell them something that has to do with their health or not looking bad at 50. Like, even if you're 50 years old, you don't have to look like an old bag, something like that, okay? So I want you to think about the topic that you would use to motivate people and give me a sentence or a phrase that you would use to start that speech, okay? Again, I would speak to people in their 50s, particularly women, because I'm a woman, and I would tell them, just because you're 50 doesn't mean you have to look old. And I would start by saying, being 50 doesn't mean you need to look like an old bag. That's my catchphrase. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a few, and give me that one statement that you would use to start that speech. Remember, as we said last time, it has to be something that's powerful, that's something that's gonna hit people, that's gonna make them wanna wake up and listen to you. That's why we're not starting with, hi, my name is Peter, and I'm gonna tell you about food. No, because people just tune you out. So think of a sentence or a few words that you could say that would really get people to sit down and pay attention to your motivational speech. So I'm gonna give you exactly 1 minute. And in 1 minute, we start talking. And we're gonna go in the order that's on my screen right now. So that means that sadly, Isabella, you're first, then Sean, then Tomas, then Daniela, then Daniel, Diego, and finally, Janice. That's the order that we're gonna take in it. You have 1 minute. Haha, see, it changed up.
I have a statement, teacher.
Let's go, Daniel. But wait, that's not the order. You gotta wait. Wait for your turn. We're gonna start with Isabella. Isabella, are you ready? Okay, so you get 30 more seconds.
Yeah, teacher.
Okay.
Okay, my topic is motivate people when they lose someone of their family.
And you're gonna start with what? What would be your words? You're starting.
Okay. Everyone going to die.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Sean.
Wait, teacher. My dad is talking and he's in a meeting.
My goodness. We're gonna skip you, Sean. We're gonna go to who was next? Tomas. Where are you, Tomas? Tell me your topic and your topic, and then give me your starting phrase.
I forgot my topic.
Okay, so just make one up right now, really quickly.
Ya me acordé. Don't procrastinate.
Okay. How would you start?
Each day, over 500,000 ideas are lost thanks to procrastination.
I like that. I would listen to that. I like it. Okay, so that brings us to Daniela.
Loving ourselves.
Okay, how would you start?
Loving each other is something important that should not be lacking. More self-esteem means more security.
Nice. Very nice. Do you have any idea what you want to study when you grow up?
Oh yeah, I want to study medicine.
That's beautiful. Okay, good, Daniela. And so that brings us to Daniel. Your topic?
The mind.
Okay, and how are you going to start that?
That the future of the humanity can be in your hands, because you can be someone if you put your mind on books, on learning something. You're getting more knowledge than a normal person.
Nice. Good topic, Daniel. Okay, so let's go on to Diego.
Stop drinking alcohol.
Good one. How would you start?
Drinking alcohol is probably the most common way of crash your car.
Like it. Good one, Diego Lopez. And then we have Janice. What's your topic?
Mental health.
Go ahead.
Okay. Sadly, healthcare is a privilege, and the mental one too. So if you have the money to take care of your mental health, please go, because not everyone have the time and the money for a psychologist.
Great. That's a good one. I liked it, of course, because I'm a psychologist. Let's go, Sean Foster. What's your topic?
Okay, failing is not bad.
Go.
Fail in a test or do something bad don't make you dumb. It makes you a better person and more intelligent.
I like that. I like that. And especially because one of the biggest misconceptions that people have, particularly in Panama, because let's not talk about other countries, is that it's a complete obsession with that number 5, like a complete obsession. I mean, 5s are beautiful. We love them. They're nice and curvy. We love them. But it doesn't really prove that you learn something. And that's what a lot of people in Panama don't understand. 5 doesn't mean you learned. then how do we know if somebody learned something? That's a good question. What do you think? If the 5 doesn't mean that you learned something, then how do you prove that you learned? Who wants to answer that?
If you understand the topic, you will learn. You can read times and times and you understand, but a 5 don't make you. A 5 is only a number. That if you think that you learn something with a 5, you only study to get that 5.
You see, the problem is this. The real way in which we can determine if somebody really learned something is the change. Every time you learn something, there has to be a change in you. So for instance, particularly, let me tell you about writing class. There are a lot of students that every week, every module, they make the exact same mistake in your writing class. That means that they're not learning. They might get a 4, but then if you keep getting the same mistakes, it means that you are not learning even though you're collecting 4s, okay? So as you grow up, because you're gonna be adults like this in a few, you do like this and suddenly you're an adult, you need to keep that in mind. Collecting the little number does not prove that you learned something. The change is what proves that you learn. When your mind changes, when your skills change, when the topics of conversation change, that's how you prove that you learn something, not collecting numbers. Now, once again, the little 5s are beautiful. They're nice and juicy and round and curvy, and we love them. I love them. But a lot of times people think that the 5 is what makes them a good student, and that's not necessarily true. What makes you a good student is your ability to learn. And how do you show that you learn something? Because there is a change in you. Okay, so good. People, I love your topics. I love your topics. And the important thing that you need to remember with a motivational speech is that people want you to tell them, you can do it, you're wonderful, you're amazing, you're a winner, you never give up. That's what people want you to tell them. So for closing, I want each of you to think of one of those little phrases, one of those little motivational phrases, and you're gonna repeat it back to me. I just told you a whole lot, okay? Think of one that you've heard a lot before that you think actually works. Because if somebody tells me be yourself, that doesn't mean anything to me. Or you tell me you can do it, yeah, no. One that you have heard that actually works for you, and I want you to tell it back to me. And we're gonna go in the same order that we did before. Isabela, Sean, Tomas, Daniela, Daniel, Diego, Janice. Okay, so Isabela, tell me your little motivational phrase. What would it be?
Never give up.
Never give up. Okay, good one. Everybody understands what that means, right? Tomas Carvajal doesn't know what never give up means. Okay. Okay, so Sean, what would be a motivational phrase that works for you?
We are not perfect.
That's a good one. Nobody's perfect. That's true. Okay, Tomas?
Everyone can do it. It just requires some determination.
Good one. Daniela?
Don't change for anybody, just be yourself.
Good one. Daniel?
You're unique.
Okay. Why is Mary Foster on your screen? You're unique. The pronunciation is unique. Okay? Emphasis on the I, unique. Good phrase, Daniel. Very good phrase. And Diego? Where's Diego? Oh, there. Diego with the cards. Tell me, Diego, what's your phrase?
Think big.
Think, what did you say? Think big.
Think big.
Good one. And Janice, what's your motivational phrase?
The past is cute, but don't stay there.
Ah, like that one. The past is cute, but don't stay there. Okay, people. So in closing, Motivational speeches are important, and people like in companies, in schools, in factories, they hire motivational speakers to make sure that their workers continue being productive or continue inspired on the job. Whether it works or not, I think it has a lot to do with the person. Each person decides if they're going to allow themselves to be inspired. But the beautiful thing is this: any one of you can become a motivational speaker. Maybe you're not going to get paid $100,000, but sometimes it's okay and it's necessary for you to motivate your friends. And I'm sure you've done this. I'm sure at some point you've had to motivate a friend. And the second important thing is that you need to live your life in such a way that you become an inspiration to other people. No pressure, but so other people look at you and say, hey, look at that kid. She really loves herself. Or look at that guy. He's always himself. And that inspires them to do better and to become better persons and to enjoy life. Most important thing to remember, ladies and gentlemen, we did not come to planet Earth to suffer. Nobody came to Earth to suffer. We came here to have fun, to enjoy ourselves, and to figure out how to be happy. And if you keep that in mind, it makes life a lot more tolerable. Okay, so in your next, those of you who have not turned in your spelling and your writing, I think your writing deadline is tomorrow. Your spelling you have until Friday. People, in the spelling class, I don't want to hear a smile, a smoke, a specialty, a nothing. No, that's cholo talk. I want to hear s. The first sound that I need to hear for each word is s, not a. We don't do that anymore. We don't do a spelling, a skill, a stop, a smoke, a no. Okay? So many of you and your classmates, I've had to send back those audios because I'm not doing a special. I want to hear the S. So those of you who haven't done that yet, make sure the first sound that I hear in each word is S. That's for spelling. And for those of you, if you haven't done writing yet, your deadline is tomorrow. Please pay attention to the videos. People are making those videos with my heart and soul and nobody's watching them. Pay attention to the videos. Follow the instructions. Okay, so that's it. I'm hungry. See you next time. Bye.